We're back. We're back. We're on episode 2 of season 3 of Bel Air, entitled Pivot. All right. So this episode had a little meats and potatoes in it. So now let me get some housekeeping out the way. Hey, please support this channel. You can support this channel free by hitting that thumbs up button. Also, you can subscribe. And once you subscribe, you'll be open to a plethora of movies and television series that I have reviewed. If you want to support the channel monetarily, my Cash App is scrolling down at the bottom. Also, memberships to the channel are available. And another free way that you can support this channel is to share this video on any of your social medias out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into Pivot. Now, so we'll just be as quickly as we can. There are meat and potatoes in here, but I want to be able just to pull this information out as quickly as I can. Well, we see Will and Carl, as we saw in the last episode. Will decided that he wasn't going to do the tournament ball. He was going to have a lot of free time in the summer, and Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil let him know, hey, you're just not going to be sitting around the house. You're going to have to get out here and do something. So, and they put that same mandate on Carlton. So both Carlton and Will decided, hey, well, Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil decided, hey, there's positions opened at the country club. So they bebop their tails over to the country club. They talk to the country club president, the owner, whoever. He tells them, the jobs that they were looking for, they no longer have those jobs. The only jobs that they have is to be what they call it. Oh, what's the name of this? A pit pig. So basically, what they're doing is scrubbing down and cleaning the golf carts, because that's the majority of the business at this country club. And so they are having to, with a crew of folks, and they all look like young kids. I mean, it's a good entry level type job. They're scrubbing down the carts. Okay, so Carlton is like, ugh, I don't want to do this, because again, Carlton is still trying to, he still hasn't humbled himself to the point that you've got to start from the bottom and work your way up. I mean, even though you are the kid, with the private school education and all this other stuff, you still have to do something. You still have to work your way up. And him and Will have not come up with their business plan to give to Quentin yet. So they're having to work and do all of that to be able to come up with their business plan. So we see. Let's go over to Jeffrey and Frederick. Uh, Something's up with Frederick. He's asking a lot of questions to Jeffrey, and Jeffrey is just kind of shaking him off. But Frederick keeps bringing up some stuff. He brought up the Hill Boy Syndicate. So it's going to be interesting that. Now, I'm trying to think. I don't know if it was at the end of last episode. Let me see. It may have been at the end of the last episode where Will overheard Frederick talking to somebody, but we'll get into it. I believe it was at the end of last episode. So they're talking about that. Vib's job is very hectic. Uh and she's having to what's his name? Uncle Phil asked her to find a chef for his party that he has, an engagement. The dates were switched up, so he doesn't have anybody to cater. And Viv is like, well, dog, I got to do all this work, and then I got to still figure out how to get your stuff together. Because I guess he asked for Hillary, and that didn't work out. And I don't know why whoever was planning the party did the party planner didn't find or have a a backup plan for a chef, but we'll never know. Let me see. Jazz and Hillary meet up after the engagement, and I think there was some words and stuff said. Because I'm not feeling Hillary. I'm not feeling Hillary at this point, because she's trying to play two parts. Because I think she wants Jazz and she wants LaMarcus, and I don't know exactly how all of that's going to work out, but I think that that's pretty much what's going on. Um, Jazz and Hillary meet up because Hillary and Ashley have a sister day, and there's all these things that Ashley wants to do, and one of them is to stop by Charlie's Records, and they're gonna see Jazz, and they go plipping over there. And again, they meet up and they have a few words, just like, I don't want to be here. Jazz is like, oh, you can't keep away from me, and Hillary is like, I don't want to be here, and Ashley's like, no, I told her to stop by because you had some records for me. He shows her the records, and then Ashley gets up to the thing. Oh my God, what is this? Let me tell you something. It could just be me and my generation. But y'all ain't got no business picking up people's personal stuff and looking at it and asking them questions about their stuff. That's not your business, Ashley. I think I would have accepted it better if it would have been a situation that Hillary and Jazz would have been arguing to the point that Jazz would have knocked it over and she picks it up off the floor and she sees it. To me that would have been a little bit organic. But it's like you've got Ashley. I want to see more of Ashley. I don't want you all to get me wrong, but I just didn't like that she was picking up stuff and reading his mail like that. Like, oh my God, what is this? It's like I didn't like that. Like that at all. That Gen X in me was like, baby, you mind your own business. You ain't got no business picking up people's mail and reading their mail. Don't you know it's against the law to be reading folks' mail? Well, open it. Actually, it's against the law to read to open someone's mail that is not for you. That's what's against the law. But anyway, they go off of that. Vivian goes finds his new chef, and let me tell you something about this chef, baby. Fine. He looks like he gonna be a problem and a half. Now I don't know if Aunt Viv is gonna hire him again or if Uncle Phil is gonna hire him again, but baby, he is looking like a problem, a good snack problem. He's looking like look good, and even to the point later on in the episode, Hillary clocks the fact that the chef was flirting with her mama, and her mama gonna tell Daddy. So we see in this episode where the guy who runs the pig pit, the pit pig thing, where they're cleaning off the thing, he confronts Carlton in regards to him working or anything like that. And Will makes a little statement that he wouldn't talk to me like that. And sure enough, he didn't. Will was sitting there, he didn't finish up cleaning up the thing. What is that man's name? I can't think of what the supervisor's name was. But anyway, he Will tells him, look, they confront each other. They realize that they have similar paths. They have similar ideas and things like that. And so Will is like, I'm just trying to make sure that I can get this this proposal out and things like that. And so the guy who runs the he says, well, why don't you go out there to the tech guys? They're always real chatty on the back nine. They're real chatty. Go out there and talk to them. Child, Will goes out there. Now I don't know if I had spoken to you all before about Carlton's the person that got Carlton in them drugs last season. Well, his stepfather had come down and was talking to them and everything like that. So Will runs up, he goes to the back nine. He's staying by the trees because you can listen to what's going on. And he ends up hearing uh Carlton's drug dealer and Carlton's drug dealer stepfather talking about him, talking about, oh, he's just so stupid. He's just throwing his career away on this pipe dream. He just needs to shut up and dribble the basketball and bring Bel Air their championships and stuff like that. So Will is starting to see their true colors. They, as long as that they tolerate you, as long as you're entertaining them or you're working for them or something like that. But if you're talking about bettering yourself, doing businesses and stuff like that, that's a problem. Why are you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. You need to be concentrating on this particular thing. So Will overhears that. He overhears them basically saying he's delusional to try to emulate what Quentin has done. That he should just stick to basketball basically. Carlton and his mom have a little not really a confrontation, but just basically he wants her to give Amina another chance, and she's like, I, I don't know what I need to do because y'all been lying to I don't know what I need to do. It's not recommended for you to be having these relationships. She's starting to get soft on him again, and she ends up giving Amina a second chance. Then we get Erica. We get back to Erica. Now, she's sneaky to me, and I think she's playing a long game. and she's trying to make herself the victim in a situation that she started, because remember, she started with the kiss. I can't stand Uncle Phil because he fell right into that trap, because she set that whole dinner that they were up to try to see where Uncle Phil was as far as telling Vivian, or if he had told Vivian. And Uncle Phil makes a statement, no, I'm not going to tell Vivian, she doesn't need to know. And then you start seeing her wheels turn, like, okay, okay. So now you're not telling anything. So now I don't think it's oh, she feels guilty or anything like that. She's trying to make a situation where she's going to pull herself out and make herself the victim for something that she created. But Uncle Phil pisses me off because of the fact that he fell into that trap. He should have just told Vivian what had happened. But he calls himself trying to keep the peace, trying to keep the stuff. And now you are now keeping a secret. You're telling a lie. And now Erica knows that you are willing to keep secrets and tell lies. So she has that up over you. She's a sneaky little heifer, and I don't like her like that. Uh, Lisa and Will, they're flirty and all this other stuff on the phone. And baby, he gets off that phone with Lisa. He starts hearing all this commotion going on in the living room. And who is in the living room? Jackie. And I won't do the rest of it because if you were in the beauty community and you know who I'm talking about, I want to do her little thing she used to do when she was uh right after. Well, anyway, we're not talking about that. Honey, it's old Jackie, honey. And Jackie is really working hard to stake her claim to Will. Uh, is he Willard Smith in Bel Air, or is he just Will Smith? I'm curious. Is he Willard, or is he just Will? Anyway, Will Smith, what you did? What did you do? Or as the old folks would say, what you done did to these gals? What you done did? Cause she coming at you hard and with a vengeance. And when I tell you she coming hard, she is coming hard, baby. I wrote on here, Jackie wants real bad. Shout out to Carisha. Carisha said we go together real bad. And I don't know what's going over. I just think that their bonding is she seems very addicted to Will and bonding to Will, but I think they're bonding over trauma and absent parents. They have that connection. And he was there for her when she was going through her issues with her uncle, with her parents, and stuff like that. And I think that they're bonding through that. And I honestly think she's confusing that to be love, but she doesn't really care. She feels like Will gets her and that's who she wants, but Lisa is currently in her way. And Lisa is she's trying to keep him close, but she's got a lot of stuff that she needs to get to. So I don't know exactly how Lisa is going to be able to pull this off, but baby, Jackie is coming with a vengeance. And when I tell you she coming, she coming. Let me see. So they attend Uncle Phil's party. Jazz comes because he thought maybe Uncle Phil can assist him with either getting to assist him about his shop, because he has not paid those taxes. He is in jeopardy of losing his shop. And because if you don't pay the taxes and somebody else pays the taxes, as far as the state's concerned, the people who pay the taxes is the people who own your place. So he's trying to make sure that he gets that done. So they're at the party. Will and Carlton finally meet Frederick. They meet Frederick, and as they meet Frederick, and um they're also being able to meet a lot of the different entrepreneurs. They brought in little cameos. You saw Byron Allen. You saw who do we see? We saw Byron Allen. You saw the lady who owns the Uncle Nearest alcohol brand, and we saw the owners of the Mael hair brand. So they're all, Will and Carlton are hobnobbing and getting a whole lot of pep talks and things like that about how they can do, why it's important to run a business, how they can run a business, what are the important steps that they need to do. So they're getting a lot of good gems from them. Um, Here, I told you earlier, Hillary was introduced to the chef, and she peeped them sparks, and she was like, Mom, I'm telling Daddy on you because you in here with this strange man. Now at the party, Oh, sneaky, sneaky behind Erica. She's acting strange. She's acting like she's drunk because she doesn't give me the appearance of being drunk. She just gives me the appearance that she's just trying to find a way to let it slip that her and Uncle Phil kissed. That's the feeling I get. And it could be the cynic in me, because I just don't feel like she's feeling very bad about it. Because once she peeped that Uncle Phil did not tell Viv, she's now all of a sudden that's at the forefront of her issues. Did you tell her that we kissed? Did you tell her that we kissed? It's like she just, I don't know, she just continues to harp on that. Let's see. So Carlton and Will pitch their idea to Quentin, and they call it black like access to black cis. Cute. Joffrey ends up telling Frederick that he did run with the Hillside Bros. He ran with them until he became the number two, and once he became the number two, that's when Frederick was born. He wanted to kind of pull out. The guy who ran the Hillside Boys was not going to let him do that. They got into a fight, and he ended up um pruning him from the timeline. So that's why he left where he's at. Now, I will say too that I didn't speak on this before. Will catches Frederick peeping behind the corner, talking to somebody, making statements like, "No, Jeffrey doesn't know why I'm here. He doesn't know a thing. I'm still trying to get some." So it's something going on. Will peeps it. I'm thinking that here's my thinking, and y'all let me know if I'm thinking wrong. Wasn't the woman who had Frederick, wasn't she related to somebody in that gang? Wasn't somebody related to somebody in that gang? I don't know. Um, but this is interesting. And baby, when I tell you, Jackie wants Will in the worst kind of way, that heifer done figured out how to get Aunt Viv to write her a recommendation. So now she's the yoga instructor at Bel Air, at the Bel Air Country Club. So baby, Jackie done weaseled her way in there to be around Will, and Carlton. Carlton said, "My mama messy." Aunt Viv, you need to talk to the children before you start putting people in places, because Jackie has played you twice. Now there's nothing wrong with Jackie asking her to complete an application or a recommendation for Juilliard. That was top notch. I don't have an issue with that. But when she picked you for a job, you should have asked some questions. You should have talked to Carl. You should have talked to Carlton. You should have talked to Will about it, because you might understand and know that there's some issues and problems and issues down there. But anyway, that was pretty much the episode. Uh, it had more meat and potatoes in the first episode. We're starting to figure out. We're starting not to trust Frederick. Frederick, I got my good eye on Frederick, because something ain't right with him. And I don't know if it's to the extent that he's trying to bring Jeffrey down. I think it's to the extent that I don't know why I think his birth mother was related to the person who was running in this gang. And I may have to go back to the first episode or whenever they were talking about it. But I think his birth mother is the one that is wanting him to do these nefarious things. I'm thinking that that's what that is. I don't think he's really trying to get Jeffrey killed, but I do think that he is trying to pull information for his mom or for whoever in regards to Jeffrey. That's my first instinct. And my second instinct is I thought maybe he was the feds, he was a cop or something. That was my next instance. But I do remember where they had been keeping an eye on Frederick. They know he went to school, they know he did some other things. However, you know, MI6, MI5, all those people, they get you in college. They get you they get you in college, they get you in the military, child. So he may have come across them, and they may have figured out that, at one time Jeffrey ran with that gang or whatever. I don't know. I'm still got, like I said, Erica, she's gonna cause some issues and problems. And it may appear like she's not trying to do that, but yes, she is. She's trying to do that because she wants Phil. She wants Phil. She truly, truly wants Phil. and feels too silly to realize that. So, again, what do y'all think of the episode? Did y'all like it? What were some of your what do you think about Frederick? What do you think his ulterior motive is? Because he's getting Jeffrey to talk. What do you think his ulterior motive? What do you think about Miss Jackie, honey? Jackie is in there causing all kinds of confusion, putting herself in places where she knows Will is. What do you think about Will and Carlton coming up with Black Cess? You think that this is going to be a successful venture? What do you think about Jazz and Hillary? What do you think old Lamarcus is going to say about all this? Y'all put that down in the comments. I am so interested to see what you all have to say. All right, people, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all put it down in the comments. What are y'all thinking about this? The first two episodes of Bel Air. I'm okay. I'm okay. I've got one more episode to do. Like I said, they dropped 3 episodes, and I have to watch them at least once or twice to kind of give you all the good skinny. So I watched the third episode once. I'm gonna go back and watch it again, and I'll definitely put that video out Friday or right before I put out my stunt shows and shenanigans video. But anyway, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell your coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye.